What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It's your wheelman, Alex Cornnut, and I'm here with the Sad Rose Arcane Gaming Edition McLaren F1, or Arcane Gaming Sad Rose Edition. Doesn't matter the order, both these guys have been supporting me in a very special way, and I'm truly thankful for it. So because of that, I wanted to give them a little recognition. They don't really know this is coming, but at the end of the day, if anybody's going to take the time to support me, help me pay my bills, Arcane Gaming's been gifting subs on my Twitch channel like it's going out of style. So big thanks to him and his wife, because they both as a couple have been supporting me, and so I'm very, very thankful for that. And then Sad Rose, he did it on the other side of things. He clicked on the donate tab and just donated directly to me via PayPal. And anybody who's going to help pay my bills that way, that's awesome too. So if you support via Twitch takes a cut, but it helps my community. If you want to support me directly and just hook it up with a small donation, that works too. You might find your name on the side of a car. So I want to say thank you, and I felt like the words thank you wasn't enough, and so that's why I'm putting it on the side of the car. So this is the Sad Rose Arcane Gaming Edition of that, and I am just tremendously thankful for the guys that are helping me out. There's more than this, but these are the two big ones right now that have really been doing something, so I wanted to start here, and then we'll work our way forward. I will say that I have no intentions of changing the livery on this car. I probably won't add any more names to this car. I might change the color, might change some things around, but I'll keep those two names on there for the duration while I'm racing this car, because it's really cool, and I want to say thank you. So Arcane Gaming and Sad Rose are on there. Really great guys. Thank you so much. If you yourself want to contribute, come and hang out on Twitch. Get yourself a gifted sub for someone else, or just sub up yourself, whatever works. Or you can just click on the About Me page. There's a little icon there next to my Discord where you can just donate directly. I might do a Patreon in the future, but I haven't done that yet. I do have no intentions of locking stuff behind a paywall. I don't want special secret builds or access to certain channels in my Discord or anything like that gate kept by financials, because there's people out there that are working really hard to just barely stay alive and sustain themselves, and I don't want them to have less content or less advantage because there's somebody else that's better off. So anything that is people blessing me and taking care of me, that's going to be purely cosmetics, and that's just a thank you. That's not, you can't pay for a livery on my car. I'm choosing to do this, and if you donate, I'll take care of you in one way or another and say thank you, but it's going to be kind of at my discretion. So these guys, without any ask or any expectation, took care of me, so I'm going to try to take care of them in my own special way. With no further ado, this is Gil tuned originally. He's an automatic player. I changed it for manual. If you guys are not on manual yet, you need to be on manual transmission. Your launch is so much better. It's a lot faster. So we're going to dig right into the stats. We're going to dig right into the build. I'm going to show you both. The manual build first, it's what I run, and then we're going to do the automatic build second, which is what you automatic players should try out. It's a little different. And then transition into manual, you guys. It's really, really good. I launched this car in third gear. You'll see that in the gameplay footage at the end of this. Keep an eye out on that. It just makes the cars a rocket ships, because you can launch in third gear and use that initial launch boost from the perfect start to just rocket away. It's solid. The engine we're running in this car today is the 2.5 liter flat 4. This is the most sport basic motor all the way to the left. It's the cheapest one you can throw in it. From there, we go to parts. We are running just basic induction. We are running the Elite ECU. We are running the Elite fuel system. We are running the Elite exhaust. We are running the Elite Roots supercharger all the way to the right. We are running just the basic sport nitrous. We are running the Elite road suspension. We are running just super brakes. We are running the Elite grip tires. You are running just the sport clutch for the manual build. You are going to be running the 5-speed transmission in this car. As soon as you change the transmission, it puts it right into the middle of S+. So 5-speed transmission is important, you guys. We still have a top speed of 197, which is about 20 mile an hour faster than most of the cars in this class. And so the reason this car is good is because it'll walk them down. You get onto a good straightaway in the races, and this thing's going to pull away from those cars that top out at 180. So keep that in mind, you guys. You do run the Elite differential. Auxiliary is up to you. I run grip. I run near miss. You do whatever's best for you. If you find yourself in second or third place drafting your buddies, run maybe nitrous draft. It'll help you out a little bit, get a little bit more of an advantage when you're chasing them. So that is going to be the parts for the manual build. Also for the manual, you run 100% grip. Steering sensitivity is up to you. I run a couple clicks to the right. Downforce, I've got it kind of middle of the road. Not middle, but like a couple clicks to the right. If you go all the way to the right, high downforce, it's a 328. I wanted to get it to 329 to fluff the stats a little bit, and you'll see that the difference is 1/10 in the quarter mile by having those two slider changes. So I have it running about there. If you go all the way to the left, it doesn't increase your overall stats any, but you can put it to a 330. So do you, but I think right about there is probably good for the downforce side of things. Traction control off, drift entry is off. Now, for my automatic players, go back into your parts. You're going to change the exhaust to super. So you're running basic, elite, super exhaust. Everything else stays the same. You're going to go over to your clutch and you're going to put on the super clutch. Now, by putting on the super clutch, that puts us at an S plus 330. Go back to your handling. Make that downforce go all the way down. And that puts you at 329. So if you are a automatic player, set the car up that way. That's going to give you stats of 673 horsepower with 623 torque, quarter mile of 10.4. Top speed 197. If you are a manual player, you do the elite exhaust, you do the lesser clutch, go back and do your handling the way that I showed you before, put the slider about there for the downforce, and that gives you a horsepower of 693, torque of 637, quarter mile is 10.5. So we lose a tenth out of the quarter mile, top speed stays the same, but you launch like a rocket ship, you've got a little more horsepower to back it up. I think that's more optimal for manual players, but for the automatic guys, it's just a little change, but it's going to help you guys accelerate a little harder, get better launches. That is the parts portion of this. Let's go into the body. This is snake oil to some people. For me, I think it's legit. We're a community divided at this point because some people are like, yeah, I noticed the difference. Other people are like, nah, it's all bullshit. You're wrong. So, do you? I think the body kit is important. I think making the car wider is important, and making the car longer changes things. So for the fenders, you guys, we are running the Speed Hunters kit, the 5 of 5 on the front. It is the widest handling profile of the car. So that's where I'm running the Speed Hunters kit. For the rear fenders, you're going to go 4 of 4. You're going to do the Speed Hunters kit as well. It gives it the widest stance. So you just see we're adding like tons and tons of width to the car. We're adding like 1.5 feet. For the rear bumper, the diffuser doesn't matter. The reason we do diffusers is because we're adding overall length to the car. You can do any diffuser you want. It doesn't change anything. It's just aesthetics. But the bumper, you'll see here, that bumper adds the longest tail to it. The reason we are looking for length, you guys, is in the calculations of the game, which one of my other guys dug into, we believe, it is our opinion, that the car handling stats is based on values of size. So if the car is wider, the handling stat will be different because it applies overall force and how the car turns and does things based on a footprint. So if your car is longer and wider, your footprint is overall larger, so it's going to change the characteristics of the car. In some cases, we do a diffuser on the back because that increases the length. In this case, the back bumper increases the length. The spoiler does not. Let me show you. So if you come in here to the spoiler, you can do any spoiler you want, and it's not going to really go past the back bumper. That's about even with it. Maybe that Speed Hunters one may just a little bit wider, longer, but not really. So that's why I'm running the spoiler that I've got on there right now, or no spoiler in this case, because the bumper changes that. On the front, I'm not running a diffuser because this front bumper actually adds a diffuser to it. That's a little bit longer bumper. That's kind of middle of the road. So you'll see no bumper. We added a diffuser to it. That's kind of the diffuser with a cooler look. And then that's a really long front bumper. I liked the look of that one. I felt like the car was handling good already, so it didn't really need a longer front end. But you could do a different splitter on it, put a little bit bigger of a dinner plate, so to speak, might increase your length just a skosh. That one's going to give you the most length on the front. Hitbox, increasing the hitbox of the car changes the way it handles. That's our understanding of things. So bigger footprint, more stability. Try it. To test this, you can literally put a wide body kit, get up next to a wall and see where it scrapes. Get out, get in the camera mode and look and see how close to that wall you are. Maybe take a picture. Go get a skinny body kit or no body kit to make the car as skinny as possible. Go get up to that same wall in the same spot, take a picture and see what it looks like. There's differences. It matters. Be aware. We think increasing the hitbox changes the way the car handles. You see, you do what you think. For front wheels, the rims we run on this car, I run the Weld Racing WeldStar RTs. Statistically in the game, they are the widest rims. They have the widest overall stat value for the amount of space they take up. When you do a wide body kit, the wide body kit will then determine the width of the rims, not always the rim choice. So when you're running a wide body, you can do any rim you want, but I always am trying to default to these because I think that might as well run the widest rims that I can find just to make sure I'm getting the most rubber on the ground. They are number 93 of 128. If the car has 2 stock rims, they're going to be number 94 of 129. But just, it's down in the high 90s. The WeldStar Weld Racing, they look like this. Those are the rims, you guys. For tires, I am running the Kumo 2 line, as we're fondly calling them. It's the Kumo Exta V1s or V710s. They are number 25, 26, 27, and 28. It's these 4 tires here. You can try any tire you want. These ones take up, I think they put the most rubber on the road. There's another set of really grippy tires that are a little bit wider, but I didn't like the way the tread looked, and I thought maybe placebo, they didn't handle as good, but it's up to you. We are splitting hairs at this point, you guys, when we're coming in and changing the wide body and we're doing all this. Like, the car is 95% already set up just based on the performance parts, and then we're changing the last 5% based on body parts. Ride stance is also a thing that we're talking about. I think that you need to go a little lower, and I think that camber is important. I do a couple clicks of camber. Some guys are running middle of the road camber. It's up to you. I think 2 clicks is about right. I've seen other people with the Golf on rapid transit, especially where there's lots of off-road section over the tracks. They'll run and they will raise that car up so that way the Golf doesn't get bumpy on the tracks and it goes on the off-road better. So I think there's something there. Golf really shows it, but the McLaren, you know, it's a street car, so I've got it lowered like a street car or like a race car. Other than that, there's a gameplay video after this. Give that a look. So Gil gave you the setup for the automatic. I brought you the setup for the manual transmission. Just a subtle change, but there is a difference there, you guys. Big shout out to Arcane Gaming and Sadros. Thank you so much to them. Big thank you to my Need for Speed community, my Cornnut Racing crew, guys over in Discord that are always racing with us, the guys that come on stream and wait super patient to race with me. Like, thank you guys. You guys are all awesome. I'm your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. I am thankful for all of you for coming and watching. I know the videos are starting to get a little longer, but there's a lot more content I got to try to squeeze into it. So stay tuned for the clip if that's your thing. If you want to watch the car get driven, the guy that I ended up racing, he quit out like a few seconds into the race. He saw he was going to get his shit pushed in, so he didn't want to race anymore. But hey, I'm driving the car anyway. So have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.